This program contains profanity and actual opinions and does not comply with the Rothingham Code for Media. Listen at your own risk. This PSA was brought to you by the Rothingham Department of Communication.
This is Radio Rothingham.
You look at that, it's a new episode of Radio Rothingham, I guess. So yeah, we actually managed to get together again to do an episode, opposed to, last week when there was no episode. But we are again to bring you our nonsensical nonsense discussions that are also nonsensical. So, sup dudes?
Yo.
Greetings.
Look at me!
Look at him, it's Xaverius. We also took a hostage with us. We went into Germany and we hostaged our friend Backfoon. So we're taking hostage. So Germany, if you want your Backfoon back, I demand the large sum of money. I know it's an extraordinary amount of money that I'm going to demand right now. So hear me out. So what I want from the German government is €3.
$1 billion.
And if you don't pay €3, Backboon dies.
Yeah.
He's got to be worth at least €3 to you, right?
Merkel, straight up. So you, Merkel, and I, yeah. You see why the reason I'm asking €3 is because that's the amount of VAT I had to pay because Backfoon commissioned me. So we kidnapped Backfoon so we can hold him ransom for the €3 that we had to pay in VAT to your government. So we can power your city German programs, whatever they might be. So yeah, that's my formal request to the German government. Pay us or you'll never see Beck alive again. So it doesn't make you feel Beck.
Help me.
See, he's in distress. He really is.
I'm going to gag him now. He's so much.
Wait, no, don't gag him. We need to ask the German very important questions that only a German can possibly answer.
I'll keep the kinky stuff for later then.
Exactly. First, we need to grill him on something he obviously knows a lot about because he's German.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Volkswagen's emission test rigging. It's very important. What did you have to do with it, and why is it happening?
That's because some higher ups have made some decisions. Like some engineer from Bosch, which is also a German company, has presented the software that is basically at those testing stands, that it has some nice results, but they also said you really shouldn't use this software because it's faking the results. So what did the management of Volkswagen do? Of course they used it.
Of course. And at what point does this faking the emission test standards lead to flying cars? It is 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, where's my flying car back? You Germans are all about engineering. I expect you to have this shit figured out like years ago.
Well, if the cars have enough emissions, the atmosphere might become dense enough so that the cars will hover themselves.
Well, okay, so obviously we should be burning way more fossil fuels than we already are, and get the shit going.
Oh,
exactly.
Okay. So that's how the flying car wheels in Back to the Future actually worked. They used ram scoops on the front of the car to suck pollution in and burned it out in turbojets that pointed down through the wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all makes perfect sense now. I'm drawing a Back to the Future car right now.
Mm-hmm. A Volkswagen one, of course.
Yeah, it's a Volkswagen.
Uh-huh.
With scramjet wheels.
It's a small Beetle.
Mm-hmm.
Also, obviously, I should draw a little portrait of Backfoon so I can put that in the podcast, like in the wallpaper and everything. It's like pasted on.
Be sure to make it not stereotypical at all. Don't, and in any case, don't give him a Hitler mustache.
No. Obviously, I wouldn't do that. Come on. Come on, come on. I would never ever do that. No. No, I'll just give him some lederhosen.
I think I would prefer the mustache.
Nope. Lederhosen is you. After all, we are holding you hostage. So the beggars can be choosers, but you're also not a beggar. So yeah. Anywho, aside from us being the Germany's most wanted criminals right now for taking their leading engineer,
They're leading back.
Yeah, they're leading back. I mean, there's only one of him, so yeah.
He's very good at being himself.
Exactly. Did anything else happen on this planet that we want to discuss on the show? Oh my God, Astra wants to discuss something. Go ahead. Tell us.
Yeah, if you don't rudely interrupt me. Anyway, apparently there is a new astronaut in the UK that's going to be hitting the International Space Station in the next 6 weeks.
What, he's just going to go up there and hit it repeatedly? Does he have a grief with the space station?
Yeah, I mean, he trained 2 whole years. I mean, really serious kind of mental and physical training just to go up like 2,000 miles above Earth's atmosphere just to hit the International Space Station.
Sounds good. Can I sign up somewhere?
BBC was all about just broadcasting constantly today about the dude.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll find it, don't I?
Okay, so...
Astronaut Mac Anderson.
Astra comes with us with a story about this great new astronaut.
Yeah.
No idea who she
was
is.
going to... Yeah, this great new astronaut was going to revolutionize revolutions as we know them. But she doesn't know his name.
He's going to revolutionize hitting space stations.
And most importantly, what is this astronaut's key function? What will he do? What makes him special? Is he just British? Is this just British pride? Are you just...
Is this enough to get you to space, being British?
Is that all it is? You stick a Union Jack on your birth certificate and they send you to space? Is that how it works?
Well, obviously, it's going to revolutionize drinking tea in space.
Oh, of course.
I mean, this is the question that the entire Anglosphere has been... Well, not the entire Anglosphere, just England has been, they're like, wow, we have to know. This is groundbreaking research.
What I'd like to do is to reenact the Simpsons scene where you open a pot of Pringles and just like float around eating them. Da 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 da. Om.
I can guarantee some people on the space station have tried that. And then the bosses have come in and said, guys, if you let that shit get into important stuff, we might all die. And you're like, whatevs. It's fun.
Guys, we have cramps in the respiratory system.
Pretty bad.
Also, I'm drawing back right now, and it's all done from memory. So,
Oh God.
so this is
more German.
But how much memory do you have? 16 gigs?
so yeah. The England is sending a Brit to space.
Yes.
Well, is he English or did he come from like Scotland or Wales or?
believe
I bet he's from Wales. Oh, but that's a disappointment.
But what's he going to do that's so revolutionary, Astra?
From Wales? Why would they send a sheep?
Exactly. That would be awesome. Sending a sheep to space and see what they do. Will they like make sheep noises or will they just explode? No one knows.
He was from West Sussex.
So he was from Wales.
No.
Okay, guys.
West
I found
Sussex.
out.
Well, seems like a Welsh name.
Okay, back. Panboy's found the secret to the.
Oh,
The secret to this man being special and going into space and being special in space is he's going to do it for a long time.
6 whole months.
Yes.
Holy fucking jumping Jesus.
But we have astronauts to already do that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've been keeping people in space for that long already. I'm confused.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's a Brit spending 6 weeks. It's gonna be Brit that's not going to have access to tea for prolonged periods of time.
They're gonna get
He's gonna
withdrawal
have to-
symptoms. Cold
He's
turkey.
going to drink recycled tea.
They're probably
That's
Oh wow. Also, I'm going to have to search for lederhosen.
I love that.
Yes, the mental image of his Google search results will be
No, it's fine. There's not safe for work stuff in there. There's
Also,
some
you're not-
questionable.
Also, you are not using Google.
No, of course not. No, I'm using DuckDuckGo. That's neither Microsoft or Google.
That's what they want you to believe.
You know what I love about the space program now? Even though, you know, the biggest companies in space, like NASA and stuff, used to be like the forefront leaders, and they'd be sending all the astronauts. America's all like, we have all the biggest, bestest rockets. These days, everything is sent up on a Russian rocket from the 1970s.
Yeah, they are the only ones that still work. Because it's Russian.
They don't use Saturn V's anymore. They use Russian Soyuz for every launch now, and I think that's really kind of sad. It's like, where'd all the other rockets go?
It's a spacecraft. It's named after the Soviet Union. You know.
Something that will last forever.
Don't worry. Eventually, Poland can into space. Oh God, what is this error? Oh, that's not an error. It's just a reminder. Good.
Oh.
For a moment, it was like, oh God, the stream just crashed. But no, it's just a fucking reminder.
It's
Reminder.
What's
Your,
the-
It was.
You are.
It's a
your
reminder
stream will
of.
crash in 4, 3, 2.
No, it's working just fine. But it was a reminder of some birthday of some girl they haven't met in years. It was like classmates.
You went to school?
Yeah, I went to school. I know, right?
I really wish Windows would stop reminding me of birthdays of people, because it's just like they're meaningless now. Because every day I sit on my computer and cancel out 17 birthdays. It's like Windows. I don't care about as many people's birthdays, and there's so many of them. What am I supposed to do?
Windows, I don't have any friends. Stop it.
I've been building up this messenger contact list since the 90s. There's people still on there from Yahoo Chat that I don't even know who are still alive.
Exactly. You just know that half of them are dead already.
Okay, it doesn't go that fast.
Well,
Well, people don't die that quickly.
have you ever heard about motorcycle accidents?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the people in my my circle of acquaintances don't really do that much.
But my circle of acquaintances has been made of random people from across the entire globe for 4 decades. No, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do
You never know when there's going to be a civil war in Dutchland.
Exactly. One of these days, actually, we'll just hear Arjun was just like, he'll be swimming because the dams all burst, and it's like, my entire country is underwater. Why did we ever do this? It was a terrible idea.
And then there's gonna be a war between Dutch people and Dutch people who wish to stay in the water.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't be part of it because I'm actually at the highest level of a apartment complex. So while everyone is underwater, I'm like, yeah, this is just Venice now. I can live with
I am
that.
at the highest level of this apartment complex.
Yeah.
So you are at sea level.
No. I'm. All I have to do is convert my car into a motorboat, and then I'll be in New Venice.
There'll be people just floating outside your bedroom window on little land crafts.
Yeah, I won't even have to worry about getting food because it'll come to me.
Just going to.
And sure. I mean, I even got a grill. I just have to get the grill from my garage. I just have to make sure it doesn't flood, but that's a minor detail. Don't worry about it.
I'm just picturing you sitting on your windowsill with a rusty old rifle, wearing a vault suit, defending your claim. I am the king of the apartment. Click click.
Yeah. So yeah, I got my grill, and there's free food floating all across town. Anyways, I mean, it's a city.
They're human corpses, Artrix.
Come on, it's the post-apocalypse. No one's going to mind. Come on,
Your brain.
Now you're just being a joy kill, Panboy. You're just being a joy kill. Because I'm like, okay, I'm doing quite nice for myself, and then you come along and say, no, you can, they were human beings. I'm like, oh.
You can't eat people.
I can in a post-apocalyptic world, and I don't.
Yeah, but it's going to make you die.
Nah, I don't know. Maybe I'll use some seasoning, then it'll be fine.
Dead people, brains, and cabbage.
Exactly. Well, maybe have some sauerkraut with it. I'll be fine. Anyways, I think there's probably a bunch of topics we want to discuss that are actually not nonsense, like the thing we just discussed, because that's just all nonsense.
It was perfectly legitimate.
That too.
Oh,
so,
do you guys know the latest horrible news from the Tumblrverse of the social justice?
Oh God. Okay.
Something progressive, IVH.
It's pretty the most progressive. Okay. In the world of advancement and good sense, what happened on Tumblr recently was a nice girl with an art blog decided she wanted to draw some Steven Universe fan art. I was like, yeah, I'm drawing my pretty pictures. Yeah. And then, the lovely denizens of Tumblr decide that this is terrible. You can't draw art. Not art we don't like. So they...
Okay, so they kindly asked her to stop it, and that she might want to consider, doing something else.
Well, yes, they did that in a manner. They sent her messages telling her that they didn't like her art and she should kill herself. But they didn't just end it there, because common sense, people usually just send you nasty words and leave it at that. No, these Tumblr people, they decided, you know what? Being mean to this person is not good enough to express our distaste. What we have to do is we have to set up multiple hate blogs and just fill them with slanderous statements saying how this person's a horrible person, should die.
Oh my.
And post everything they do as being racist and problematic, because they love that word. They love saying problematic. It's like, oh, you drew this gem with a slightly different hairstyle than she actually has? You're obviously a racist. Okay, you drew this one slightly skinnier than she is in the show. You're fat shaming. You drew this one with slightly slantier eyes. That's offensive to the Chinese. It's like,
come on. You can't be racist against Chinese. Everyone knows that.
You can be racist against the gems. They are stones.
That too.
I mean, minerals.
And the worst thing is, the people who are doing this, they think they're in the right. They think they're the ones championing justice.
Obviously they do. It's Tumblr.
I just find that website more and more grotesque every time I hear about something like this happening. It's just...
No, but I know exactly what you're talking about, and it is this despicable behavior, because it's not just that they're suggesting someone to kill themselves, because that in and of itself is not normal. I mean, okay, on sites like 4chan, you anonymously say kill yourself, but you don't really take it seriously, because
everyone's shitposting on 4chan.
Yeah. So what else? But this is like a systematic, continuous stream of postings and this targeted abuse. That's like, yeah, this whole idea, the very idea that you can be like, I don't like the thing you do, so you should kill yourself, and we're going to do everything in our power to make you kill yourself, and we're just going to make your life a living hell, all because we don't like what you're doing.
It's true. And the girl did actually attempt to kill herself, which is the worst thing. But there is something came out of this. People got arrested.
Oh, that is something I didn't know.
Yeah, no, I only saw this today, and I'm trying to find the post again. But one of these harassers was sent. Someone doxed or got the harasser's details and sent it to the police department of them, and they were arrested for cyberstalking, cyberbullying.
Oh wow!
And
that sounds cyber harassment.
Well, if that isn't a clear-cut case of cyber harassment and bullying and whatever, then I don't know what is.
So I think that's a great sign that people are actually beginning to take this kind of aggression seriously and trying to drive it off, or at least show these people that they're in the wrong and that the law will support everyone else.
Well, the real cases of cyber harassment, not the I don't agree with you.
Yeah. No, because this was a concentrated campaign of coordinated people just posting as much hateful nonsense as they could.
Yeah.
And why? Because they didn't agree with the way she portrayed fictional characters.
They don't even have race. You see how... Yeah, see, Gems, I don't watch the show because I personally think the show has one chromosome more than it needs to have. But the gems, are minerals, are rocks that somehow go sentient, but that doesn't matter. They are fucking rocks. So why do people on Tumblr think they have race?
Because it's alluded. The voice actor of Garnet is clearly British, American, British.
I will tell you a secret, Artrix.
Oh, go ahead.
It's a projection of their own racism.
That too.
I am incredibly racist for thinking Garnet looks like a black woman. It's true. I'm a horrible person.
Yes.
But yeah, she pretty much does look like a black woman. She particularly sounds like a black woman, and there's nothing wrong with it. That's what makes Garnet, I think. Also, they picked the best black voice for her, which like is a British black woman, which is really sexy.
It's almost like if the character has some characteristics. Oh god.
Uh-huh.
Seriously, I'm trying to find this subpoena that someone posted on the Tumblrs, but I can't. I know I saw it. I feel it's the video evidence that we need.
Mm-hmm.
But not the one that we deserve.
Also, in protest, I went ahead and drew Rose Quartz as like a really skinny woman, just to piss them off.
You should draw one of the gems as Macho Man Randy Savage.
As
yes, what? Macho Man and Randy Savage.
Oh wow.
Well,
yes, Sekala, she's not exactly perfectly black in the show, but really, she's the black character.
She's clearly
she's the token.
She's got a giant fucking afro, and there's a thick British African accent and everything. She is all intents and purposes, he's black. But he's a gem, so he doesn't have an earthly race, but we all associate.
It's the token black character that's not black. It's genius.
But the most important thing is that yes, he is the character that is garnet, and okay, he may have attributes of a black person, but we don't fucking care. It's prior to this, I didn't even care all that much, because as the show goes on, you just perceive her as garnet, which is a gem. I know, right? It's almost as if you're judging a character by their own merits.
Are you saying you don't see race?
It's almost as if I perceive people as individuals. It's almost like I'm not a collectivist.
You're disgusting.
No, I know.
Erasing people's racial identity like that, that's offensive.
That's super offensive. I guess I should kill myself. Be right back. I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah, you should.
I'm killing myself right now. Bye.
Bye.
Now here's a problem we just ran into, because due to the laws in several countries, those statements we all just made do constitute as online harassment, and you could actually have us charged.
Oh, by the way, killing myself didn't really work out, so
You're not very good at it.
Yeah, I know.
Kill yourself.
Yeah. You should kill yourself more often, so you get practice.
I guess I should do that. Well, I guess I should color this lederhosen back.
Here's what you do. Take up smoking so you can just slowly kill yourself constantly.
Yeah, but it's kind of that sounds like a good.
You don't have to put in effort.
Yeah, but it's a really expensive hobby, and no, I don't think I'd be willing to spend that kind of money on something as trivial as smoking.
You drink, though. It's just as expensive. But you're probably not an alcoholic.
I'm not an alcoholic.
He's not, but when he drinks, he buys the most expensive shit there is.
That too. I mean, I can buy like shitty 40 cents beer at the grocery store, like or even cheaper. I think cheapest beer is like 14 cents per bottle, and you pay 10-cent deposit on the bottle.
There's
so
also
the
the kind
deposit
of
is
beer that doesn't cost anything but your dignity.
Hey,
that too.
You guys get deposits back on your glass bottles?
Yep, we do.
Oh.
Wait,
We
what?
don't get...
The same in Germany and Belgium.
You saying that you get money when you bring in bottles?
Yeah. Well, you also pay for that.
That's what they do here. Yeah. I think Ireland is split.
The British Isles are just kind of an exception, I guess.
Yeah. What is this country that does not return money for bottles?
I know.
UK
And
doesn't.
you know what it leads to? People just throw all their bottles in the landfill.
In the better case.
Yeah, but
In the worst case, they throw their broken bottles into other people's faces.
That too, yeah.
yeah, but don't you think that it would alleviate this problem if you do have a fund system where you buy a drink and then have to return a bottle to get the deposit back? It
Well, it
would
makes
certainly
sense,
give
yeah.
people the incentive to go and return their bottles.
Kinda.
It would even give hobos something to collect and sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what they do.
I mean, it's a great way, for hobos to go around and actually do something productive, because they'll go around scavenging for fun bottles, and they return them to the supermarket so they can, buy a pack of smokes if they're really successful.
Well,
And,
yeah. 10
since
cent a bottle,
A
that's like
successful hobo. Wow.
10 bottles a euro.
Yeah, so you have a hobo coming in with 60 bottles, and then he's like, okay, can I have a pack of Marlboro? And then the cashier's like, well, you're still 50 cents short. Oh.
Oh.
And then the hobo's like, don't be a shit. And then the cashier's like, it's my job to be a shit.
Yep.
So,
And-
what payment method are you going to use? Bottles.
Also, then the cashier's like, I also need to see some ID. I don't believe you're over 18.
He
They're
says
like-
to the hobo
like
with a 3-foot-long
42.
beard.
I don't believe you're a real person. Imagine how great would supermarkets be if you could just pay in bottles.
Yeah.
Well, you can. You just need a lot of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy this gum. Okay, that's gonna be 2.3 bottles, please.
Okay. My last round.
200,000 bottles, Astra.
My last round of groceries was like 13 euros. So I'd need 130 bottles to go and buy that amount of groceries. So I walk in with like let's see, there's about
It's like
20 bottles.
5 trays.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, there's also a fund on the tray itself, so you can actually easily reach 15 quid with three trays, because one tray is like 5 quid. So less than 3 trays to get that amount of money. But if you just also larger plastic bottles like the ones that Coke is stored in is like 25 cents per bottle. So
Wait, they give refunds on the plastic bottles too?
yep.
Yep.
Well, the larger ones it
Yes.
is.
My.
And
Over here in Germany, also on the smaller
yeah,
ones.
Germany, even on cans. Okay, Panboy, you're gonna love this. So we were in Germany and we were looking for something to drink for one of the last days, because we'd be heading out the next day or
And they
something like that.
decided it's gonna be a liquid.
And of course it had to be a liquid, obviously. But then I saw a 4-pack of Guinness, and it was actually pretty cheap. It was like 150 per can, or even less. And these weren't the shitty 0.3 liter cans. These are pint-sized cans. So it was like sweet. But then
I don't
there
know
was
what
like,
pint is.
but then there was like this little note that said, "Yeah, but
Can you
there's
tell
also
what
a
a pint
25
is
cent
in
font on
real
this."
units?
Half a
Pint,
liter.
yeah,
for more.
0.5 liters.
Cool.
So then it was like a little note that said, "Yeah, there's 0.5. There's a 25 cent font on this. And font is German for deposit. There's a 25 cent deposit on this can of Guinness."
Wow.
Yeah, so I had spent €1 on deposit that I'll never get back, because we'd be heading out back to Netherlands. So yeah, it was kind of used.
I'll never get this back. My quota,
But it is kind of funny though, because over here a can of Guinness is well over €2, so it would still be cheaper than getting Guinness over here. But it's the principle. Go ahead, Astra.
I was honestly fascinated by the conveyor belt machine that the supermarkets had. I was just like walking out thinking, this is just the pinnacle of laziness, and yet it's epic at the same time.
So did you know that I think it was in the 1930s, there was a German restaurant built that was entirely mechanically automated?
Oh, like an animatronic restaurant.
No, it was just
Oh.
there was no like walking around robot dudes. No, it was everything was on conveyor belt systems and pulleys, and
It
you
was
just
like
you sat down at a table, keyed in the number of your of what you wanted, and I think there was still chefs in the kitchen preparing it, but
it was like a terrible place in the Charlie Chaplin sketch.
but then they just shunted it onto a conveyor, and it went up through a big array of mechanical machines and just got dropped on your plate with no human interaction whatsoever.
I like that.
That was in the 1930s?
Yeah,
Wow.
really old. Like it was practically steam powered.
Well, that's about the age that Chaplin sketch comes from.
Oh, there you go. It didn't last very long. I can't remember what it was called, but it was actually designed to be really cheap. That was the goal of the restaurant, to like give you a 2-penny meal.
Yeah, because they took all the jobs of the restaurant people
Yeah.
and gave them to robots.
So yeah, you just had the one or two cooks, and they were able to serve hundreds of people by not having to deal with them.
As long as they paid off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it was even like a coin-operated machine as well, so you didn't even have to exchange money
That
with
shit
anyone.
is actually very advanced, even for the 19.
food
It's even expensive for today's standards in the sense that only now you go to McDonald's. That's something I noticed recently. I mean, McDonald's is like the worst. It's the last resort place for food. It's like it's like, okay, I'm hungry right now. I want something in my stomach. I don't care what it is. I just want something to fill up the void that is currently presiding in my stomach. So
in this case, I eat ramen or dirt.
but that's because you're Czech Republic. So here in civilized world.
And yeah, exactly. If I want to eat something then I'm going to get a kebab because they are everywhere.
Look, you can't just go around eating brown people all the time.
Why not?
You.
I'm pretty good at removing kebab.
Oh, speaking of kebab.
Oh god. I'll issue my story later. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, but no. They're doing terrible things again, or at least claiming they are.
Right.
ISIS have recently taken credit for blowing up an airplane in Egypt,
Oh yeah, that happened too.
a Russian airliner, and right now all the tourists in Egypt are just getting the fuck out.
Yeah.
They're
On
literally
planes?
on planes, yes, but the airports are like, sorry, we can't have any more rescue planes. And like, well, why not? Everyone wants to get out because our airport's not that big.
Also, there's this small detail that you are trying to get off from the country on a plane, which is the thing that you are trying to get off the country because it exploded.
It is a bit ironic. Like this could be a great opportunity for ISIS, but then again, I would imagine a lot of these planes are only serving purebred Anglo-Europeans. I would imagine the security checkpoint as being fairly vicious, and it's probably very racist, and I would like that very much because that'll keep more people alive.
Oh, you.
Hey, it's the truth, and it's horrible, and it's happening. And I hate ISIS, and I think they really need to just bomb the shit out of wherever they are hiding. And I know the Russians are doing that, but they I think the Russians actually have exactly what they need to deal with ISIS. It's called the Tsar bomb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but even though the Tsar bomb is really, really big, you still need to aim. The planet is that big. Yeah, sorry, it's not like you can just. It's not like the Redeem in Unreal tournament. It is kind of like the Redeem in Unreal tournament.
You could
because you're
plane and aim with the plane.
Well, that's how ISIS do it.
Look. In Unreal tournament, you've
And
got the
that's why
Redeemer,
America invented drones.
which is a seemingly
It's all fun of plane bombing, but without the people.
it's a seemingly invincible weapon. You know, you can just shoot it in a room and everything in a room dies, but there's still you still need to aim.
Including
Yeah, the problem really is they don't actually know where the commanders of ISIS are, and they've also said that that doesn't seem to be working with militant fundamentalists because
they
it's
just make new commanders.
Yeah, it's like they're fucking Hydra. Go ahead.
Hail Hydra.
They just keep bouncing back, no matter how many crazy dictators they assassinate. There seems to be another one. It's almost
It's always
like
going to be like a successor to. It's like a hierarchy where there's going to be one of.
See, it's not because
Huh?
the difference is in most military situations, in most in most situations where you have, say, a dictator or a commander giving orders, they are the ones who really feel it when they're tyrants. When it's a tyrant, it's usually the tyrant is the person who has all these negative feelings towards everyone else, and they're manipulating everyone below them with fear and terror. But when you have an entire ideology that these people are following, and they all believe it's true, then it doesn't matter if you kill the commanders, because the next person is just as vicious.
Everybody crazy enough is eligible, and they are all crazy. That's what brainwashing does to you.
It is, and it's just I don't know how so many people have been taken in by this. There must be a lot of hate for the Western world in Iraq and Syria.
Well, the most things they got from the Western world are bombs, so maybe there's something about it.
Probably.
Just maybe.
But they're not open to diplomacy.
Well, at least you got straight with Iran, sort of. That makes it a bit better, I guess. So I guess the gas prices have dropped by like 10 cents or something.
And that's all you need.
It's all that
cheaper gas.
Yeah, that was definitely worth it.
Just burn the entire fucking Europe. I have cheap gas.
Exactly.
What? This is yet another reason to get alternative fuels. I still want my fusion car.
You know, I picture it like Mad Max. Artrix is going to put giant tanks on his car, fill them with gas, and then ride off into the desert.
Well, in my case, it would be the water. I just convert my car into a boat, and then I'll just go into the North Sea, and I'll have crazy adventures.
Sekala is making the claim that ISIS is actually being led by people in the US. It could be true, I don't know.
Isn't everybody?
It's a conspiracy! I bet it was the people.
It was the Jews.
It's always
lizard people.
It's the
Jewish,
the Jewish lizard people that are also Amish. No. It was all the Jews.
You made it best.
Okay. No, it's the answer is actually simpler. You know, Occam's razor. It wasn't the Amish Jews. It was the Amish.
Aww. You just reminded me of the most badass person in the first series, The Walking Dead, and they killed him off in the same episode.
That's unfortunate.
He just, he's Amish, he's deaf, he steps out of the barn, they're like, what you doing? And then the barn explodes, and then he writes on his chalkboard, zombies. Because he just dynamited them. It was pretty badass.
I think I just finalized Beck's avatar for the podcast. It does need.
Does he have a mustache?
No, he doesn't. But he does have a wicked cool 5 o'clock shadow, and a cleft chin.
Oh no!
Because he kind of does have that.
But his avatar in Skype is a woman.
That's true.
I'm very confused right now.
I think he identifies as a woman, so by drawing him as a not woman, you violated his rights.
But he's a duder, come on.
Back, are you two women?
But he is a picture of a woman!
And as you all know, that is what people are.
Yeah, that can mean only one thing. He identifies as a woman, the same as I identify as a man without a beard, even though I have beard.
And I identify as a nuclear hazard.
Obviously.
I identify as myself. I know, it's very daring.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, I identify as a billionaire in a poor man's body.
I identify as an artist. Oh wait.
This Trends Financial.
Yeah.
Trans Financial.
I mentioned our podcast to some people the other day. They said they'd heard of it.
Wait, how?
I don't know.
I don't think that's possible. I don't think that works like that.
Did they even say where they heard? What got
on
them
the
to?
internet.
Yeah, how did they know? Because we
Don't know.
we honestly don't make that much.
Wait, where are those the people that follow you on Tumblr? Did you retumbled the link to the podcast?
No.
No, there's some
It was a-
dude that does though.
That's weird.
It was the bunch of random furries I've been playing Minecraft with lately.
They know
Okay, that's
about
even
Radio
better.
Rothingham.
Minecraft people. Ugh.
Well, maybe I got some furries that are following me on DeviantArt, and I do post the links on DeviantArt, so maybe that's where they.
Oh my.
Half
that's
of the
fine.
people who follow you are furries. Like that French guy who likes country balls.
All the bowling balls. Everyone
He,
loves them.
he seemed to have taken a sudden interest in Poland Ball comics. Just as I was drawing them. Maybe he's
It's
just
be-
stalking me.
It's because Poland Ball comics are where you all get the true facts straight.
Yes. Like how
Straight, but they are balls.
like how Israel is actually a hypercube. These are
No,
the
they are-
important issues.
They are the special ones, you know.
Alright, awkward silence. That means that we gotta switch topics. So, Xaverius, I think you had a topic you want to discuss on the show.
Yes. The toilet paper pact.
The toilet paper pact. Oh god. So what is
Yes.
it all about?
TPP. The what is it again? The Pacific Pact.
Trans-Pacific Partnership Deal.
Yes, that one. What is it? We don't know. What does it do? Bad things.
Morning, guys.
And we've got Aeon on the podcast. So
We don't want to on. The episode is cancelled.
yeah, episode over. Go home now.
Bye.
Actually, Aeon, don't take this personally, but your background noise is really background noisy. So I'm going to kick you out and
Any
invite
better
you.
now?
This entire
Only
part will
slightly.
be out.
Actually, it's fine now.
Sorry, it's
You ruined my joke, Eon.
That too.
Anyway, continue, Zav,
Yeah.
with your story.
Well, I'm finished.
Okay, well, anyway, we...
I did not read the document that was released recently.
No,
It was a attempted and probably will pass a coalition between some countries around the Pacific. Some people call it the second Treaty of Westphalia.
See, the problem a lot of people are having with this treaty is it came out of nowhere, it's been pushed into the government, and it has been written by a bunch of private companies without them discussing it with anyone outside. So it's been very cloak and dagger.
Oh, not even discussing. You forgot to part where they were actually doing the meetings and that behind closed doors, and the public didn't even know about it. Like
Yeah.
that they are discussing something that was the most you could know.
And also, I did hear that there was going to be some copyright stuff in this. That they were going to force some kind of copyright, global copyright law via this partnership deal, which would basically mean...
Yeah, it sounds lovely.
Yeah, I think the gist of it was that anything you post, the artists were saying that anything you posted on a website, if you posted it in the public domain, or no, if you posted it privately, it would become the property of that website internationally, and then they could just steal your shit and sell it, and you would never really have any ownership to anything you posted on the internet again.
I
And,
love corporations.
That doesn't sound very nice to me, but that as we've just discussed, people don't really know the details of this yet.
Yeah. Well, they knew it's happening and stuff, but they didn't have any details. Now, apparently Obama said that he's gonna sign it, but he has to wait 9 days or something. I don't know how the law goes.
Well, he's only just got the damn thing. He can't possibly have actually read it and understood it in that length of time.
Well, he said he's gonna sign it. He has 90 days to read it. We have 90 days to read it. So apparently it did get some info before, and it did get leaked on WikiLeaks. And apparently now the entire document is out or something. I don't know. I'll have to search for it, and I'll have to read it at least partially.
Now, you also have to remember,
See what's in.
this is actually just the Trans-Pacific Partnership deal. So this is a deal
It's
between...
not global.
Yeah, no, this is a deal between America and
Australia, New Zealand, Japan.
Yeah, Japan. So all the Western, all the
All the
far
countries-
eastern countries. So yeah, so Europe isn't actually affected by this right now,
Yet.
but there is another deal which is basically exactly the same thing, only for Europe and America, which will tie us into that deal, of course, because the chain
not?
connectiveness. If the Americans agreed to the Pacific deal and then they make a deal with Europe that's similar, then the chain of consequence will be horrible.
If America can, then Mexico can too.
So yeah, this is probably something we should all look into, try to find out what it's actually about, and see if it is actually as horrible as people are making it out to be, because it doesn't sound good to me.
I don't like the notion of it being
it doesn't.
horrible.
It doesn't sound good to me either. Like the bits
It's
have.
not very nice.
No, it's not very nice. It's only like it's all a bunch of draconian laws that are like, the US as a regular citizen, you basically are fucked by the big corporations. That's basically the things I've read so far.
To be fair, it took them quite a long while since the internet existed that they decided to divide it globally. They decided to divide it globally in the 2000s when they noticed that internet exists. But
but there's a difference. Like, the internet is just some geek thing. It's never gonna take off. Everyone's just gonna stick to TV and stuff because it's much more convenient.
Yeah, and then when people stopped sticking to TV, they were like, well, maybe we could pass these sopas and pipas and shit, so we don't lose that much money. And then it didn't work, so they decided to take it rough, I guess.
Because they're saying that they want to use the internet and everything, but I think in reality they just want the old. They just want to go back to, okay, you got a box, you can ship the box to a store and you can then sell it.
Well, I don't want to go to the old ways. Our TV reception is terrible.
True. Plus, the whole idea of digital rights and you not ever really owning anything you buy is the modern concept, and it's horrible. But it works. Yes. It works in the digital age because, really, there is no way to... Yeah, there's no way to actually make sure a copy of anything exists for each purchase, because frankly, the second something is sold with the internet, there's a billion copies of it instantly.
Yes.
So you can't actually sell a material copy of software. It doesn't actually make practical sense in this world.
I still want a CD.
Yeah, you can want CD, but Steam.
What's a Steam? I don't like Steam.
Well, that's because you got shitty internet in your third world country.
Panboy, if I bought the physical edition of Skyrim, I'd still have to install it through Steam, which is bullshit.
Yes, DRM is kind of nasty. Which is why there's this magic website on the internet that makes that go away.
Actually, there's humanly friendly place, yes.
Well, I'm talking more about, Skid Row and Reloaded. They're like,
the very friendly place full of sailors.
Well, see, no. You go to the Sailor Bay, in order to get the entire thing and steal it. You go straight to people like Skid Row and Reloaded and say, hey guys, I don't really like having you on the internet to play my video game. And they're all like, yeah, that's pretty gay. Let's fix that.
Yeah.
They just give you a little patch. It's only a little patch.
They're the repairmen. They take out the unwanted bugs. Yes.
Exactly. And then they get GTA 5 and they're like, what the fuck did they do to this game? I don't even know.
That sums up my feelings perfectly.
It's like, okay, so you played, you go into the game, you patch up the exe, and it's like, okay, you can play the game, and it's like, okay, grand, and then you hide behind a wall and it crashes. It's like, what? How does that happen?
Or a person is missing. That happened to me. Anyway, there is only one game that I bought that I did not get a DVD with, and that's Star Citizen, because they'd have to ship it from America, and I probably have to pay the shipping.
Hang on, Zev. Hang on. You're gonna have to explain something to me.
Huh?
How can you buy a game that doesn't exist?
It's the magic of the internet age, Panboy. The digital market.
Well, look. That's not a game. It's almost
back then, it seemed like it's gonna be a game. It still seems like it's gonna be a game. Not a good game, but it's gonna be a game at this point, maybe. I mean, they are I think scheduled for 2016, or was that 17? I don't know. Let's find it real quick.
Look, in reality, what you need to do is just focus on what's an actual game and real, and realize that next week, Fallout.
Ooh, Fallout.
I don't care. That's not a game.
Oh, you. So what do you have to say about that, Panboy? Are you just gonna take that?
Yeah, he's perfectly happy playing his Star Citizen. You know, while he's sitting there looking at his $10,000 spaceship that he can't fly.
Are you implying I would spend $10,000 on anything?
I'll be running around in an accurately simulated version of an exosuit, pulling mutants' heads off, while you just look at your pretty spaceships in the hangar.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know.
Are you saying that I would buy more than my spaceship? And are you saying I would buy a pretty spaceship? I bought the cheapest one else.
See, I will pay money for the video game, and I will get an entire video game with graphics and plot and subquests and dungeons and places to go and explore, and you will basically play your sort of demo of a.
I bought the cheapest spaceship there was. I bought the space equivalent of Lada, just so I could be into beta and see all the fuck ups they are gonna do.
Oh no!
So far, it's going to be rich as far as fuck ups go.
Artrix is setting up the ending music.
Yeah, but I'm not ending it. I'm just setting it up.
It doesn't.
You can't prepare.
It's ending.
On
Bye,
the topic.
guys.
No, it's not over yet.
It's over.
No.
End.
He's not going to release you so easily.
But yes,
Oh, damn it.
Fallout 4 is going to be a lot better than your Star Citizen currently is. I guarantee it.
Okay, yeah, I know. I guarantee that as well, because, you know, it's actually a game that's finished, but besides the point, it's still a bad game.
Wait.
Probably.
Artrix, did you just say a Bethesda game is going to be finished on launch?
Oh, yeah, I take it back. Almost finished game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, it's going to be as buggy as fuck. We all know that a Fallout game, a Bethesda game in general, you're going to get that out of the box, you're going to install it, DirectX is going to crash, you're going to fix it for half an hour, then you're going to get in the game, and then you're going to have fun, and then you're going to get to a quest, and then the quest item's not going to be there, and then you're going to be very confused. You're going to be searching the internet, and then you'll console it in eventually.
I installed Morrowind right out of the box and it worked. It might have something to do with the famous Game of the Year edition?
Yes, that would have been the packed version, but
it-
also
it-
even
it-
the Game of the Year edition of
It
Morrowind.
had all the patches, so it almost worked.
Almost. Non-time.
Yeah, there was that one vampire clan that you couldn't progress to because the quest didn't work.
Also, look, Xaverius, it drew you as a pirate.
I can't look. I'm not on the stream. I would have to turn on the stream.
God damn it.
You're very
Also,
sexy.
I did
Yeah.
play the first Fallout, and it was boring. I
The
also
first
played.
Fallout was boring.
I also played the third Fallout. It was less boring, but still boring. Maybe all the fun is the second game that I did not play, or in New Vegas. I didn't play New Vegas.
I will be perfectly honest with you. Fallout games in general, they are just not really super exciting action fests. They
I
are
didn't
kind
want-
of slow
didn't
and
want an
methodical
action
shooter.
fest. I didn't want an action fest. I just wanted an RPG.
Oh, well, they are that.
They are RPGs, that's for sure.
Yes, that's a good picture. It's me like Guy Seafood, but me.
Look,
Ah.
Seb,
You
There-
want
there-
some pirates, please?
Wait, that wasn't really nice.
there's there's no other game in existence where you can pull out a nuclear missile launcher that fires 5 nukes at a time, which is completely unnecessary at all situations.
That's true. The launcher in Postal 2 fires only chemical weapons and one at a time. But it bounces and everybody vomits.
That's okay. Yeah, you have me there. There is a vomit ray in Fallout though.
Oh my!
Yeah,
Does it kill people violently?
it confuses them and makes them get sick and can turn them into slaves if it's on a different setting.
And they vomit.
Yeah, and they vomit.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's not many things in games that make people vomit. I mean, there was possession spell in Dishonored, and when you possess someone and then stop possessing them, they had a chance of killing over. Well, not really killing over, bending over and starting to vomit blood. So that was nice.
Sexy.
That's what
That's-
possession does to you.
I believe something like that similar also happened in BioShock Infinite. The possession spell, upset people, and then they got very upset and sometimes shot their own heads off.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. I can see how that could confuse you.
Mm-hmm. They may
I
have
should
also
play BioShock sometimes.
Oh.
I have too many games to play games. Sorry.
Now, here's a very important question.
Wait. I meant I have too many games to play games.
Yes, it's true. You can't choose. It's like all these fucking games. How do I hold all these video games?
I mean, even the games I want to play.
I
It's just
told
too
you
many.
about video games, dog. I told you, man.
Yeah,
But it
seriously.
keeps happening. Right.
Who else has a topic that we can rant about?
Well, we got a hostage. As a matter of fact, I'm currently drawing myself having a phone call with Merkel because we have Backphone hostage.
And are you going to enjoy yourself holding a stylus to his head?
Oh god.
Actually, no.
And if you don't pay me, I'm going to draw him.
But Backphone, do you have a topic to discuss?
Not really.
Has
I think the
nothing
most
happened?
interesting Germany-related topic was already addressed with Volkswagen.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
And
we
so-
already covered the shit out of that topic. I mean, it was a joke in last episode, so. Yeah.
Oh my.
you
Double.
could probably tell us what's the situation with immigration these days, and how Frau Merkel handles it.
You
Yeah.
still,
Here's one funny thing about the immigrants, though, because all the immigrants seem to really want to go to Germany. It's
For some reason.
For some reason.
I
They
mean,
want to go-
Germany has such a history of good relations with these people.
So they like Germany so much that France is like, hey, bonjour, come to France. We can take all the immigrants. You can come to France. And the immigrants like, fuck off. We want to go to Germany. We want to go to Germany. It's much better. They have kebab, and bratwurst.
Yeah. I've actually read recently a newspaper article. Basically, it's saying how the people like those bureaus that basically accept the how do you say, those refugees, and they basically say they get regularly asked like when will they get their house and their car, because they kind of get told such things that basically they get told if you go to Germany you will get your own car and your own house.
Sounds nice.
Well, yeah, you get those things. They are very correct. You get those things. But only after you've performed a specific number of goods and services, so you can acquire these thingies. They're very abstract, I know, but they're called money. You can then go and exchange those monies for the car. They give them to you. Work for it. Oh yeah, sorry I said work. I mean, this is a good topic, by the way. This was covered on Sargon of Arcade's channel and till there, and just about any social commentator. There was this chick who made the assertion that it's actually not good to call people hard workers, because she personally has a poster up in her room to remind her of slaves and how they had to work really hard, and so it's not.
I heard about it first.
So it's not appropriate to say this guy or woman or whatever is a hard worker, because that implies slavery or some shit.
I watched that clip, and I looked at the guy's face while that woman was saying that. And that guy's face was looking at woman and saying,
"You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Are you smoking?" Yeah, of course slaves work. Well, actually, I don't know. Did slaves work hard? They didn't have any reason to.
The American slaves worked hard.
Maybe.
Then we have the Greek slaves that led actually pretty okay life.
And they just like sat around all day. It's like, hey, slave master, you want to do anything today? We can have a romp later if you want. Okay, sure. Then we eat some grapes, right? Yeah, we live in Greece. Food is just everywhere.
Yeah, it was Greece. They just took care of the household and got raped sometimes.
Well, they probably liked it.
Because Greece.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, really, Greece is pretty fertile, and they didn't have a huge population. It wasn't exactly hard to farm there, even if you had to at all. I mean, you could just live off wild grapes if you really wanted to. I mean, Greeks had it pretty easy. They really did. The only reason that the modern society needs so much farming and industry is because of how much population we have these days.
Yeah.
If we just murdered like 90% of the people on the planet, we wouldn't have a food problem.
It skyrocketed in the 20th century, right after Industrial Revolution, because we stopped dying.
Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah, so obviously the solution is very simple. We need to kill off everyone that isn't us. But
I would find us, you white-head cis male.
Yeah, but it will be us. So yeah, there won't even be races anymore. So what?
I ain't repopulating. It's just us. I ain't repopulating. You're fucked.
Well, but who the fuck cares about repopulating? Why would we even need to do that? I mean,
you'll have the entire planet for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You've got the entire goddamn planet to yourself. So why would you even need to repopulate? I mean, you need to share this planet with the offspring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Repopulating means sharing.
Exactly. So you got this entire planet all to yourself, and you want to go and repopulate, share it with other people.
That means I have to share it with you guys. I don't want to do that. Screw that.
Yeah,
More
but
importantly, we're experimenting.
can have Russia. There's plenty of space in Russia. Okay?
And you'll have a lot of fun. With most of the population of Russia gone, there'll be just nothing but endless tanks.
And there's no one there to. I mean, you can even drive around to see all the car crashes that happened prior to. Because car crashes happen there all the time.
In that case, a tank, so you can just drive all over them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, in that case, I'm getting America because there's all those M1 Abramses that just get made and they then get piled on a scrapyard and never used.
Yeah, there's just a giant parking lot of tanks. It's like, we have 5,000 tanks now. Is that enough? No, keep making tanks.
All of Germany, so I can just go and race on all the autobahns.
Although, did you guys know, seriously, they have invented, well, they're experimenting with currently, entirely artificial wombs.
Oh.
I did hear something like that.
You can just pop some sperm and an ovum in there and just let it go, and then you get
they
baby.
are also experimenting with stem cells again.
Mm. Yeah, stem cells are actually extremely useful. It's just
It sounds delicious. You know what they found? That sometimes it happens that when a woman is pregnant and spawn is a boy, that sometimes its stem cells get to the woman's body, and she has a partial male DNA.
Oh, that's interesting.
She's a trireme.
So basically, I encountered it when I was reading an article on chimerism. Basically, sometimes human DNA and chromosomes just do weird shit.
Similar stuff happens with transplants.
I just remembered one thing. There was a woman, and she was in court because the father of her kids didn't want to pay or something, so she decided to make the DNA tests. And then the DNA tests came up, and she found out that she wasn't the mother of her babies.
Wait, she wasn't the mother of her own babies?
She wasn't the genetic mother of her babies because the part of her that was the uterus was from another DNA, because originally she was supposed to be in twins, but then one of the embryos absorbed the other.
Oh.
As it sometimes happens. So her uterus had different DNA than the rest of her.
She had her twin's uterus, is what you're saying?
Yes.
But aren't twins' DNAs almost identical?
I don't know.
No. Actually, there's two types of twins.
I don't know how it works. Oh,
no,
yeah.
There's the twins where you have two eggs fall into the womb and you get two separate babies, and then you get a twin where you get... Yeah. And then you get a twin where you get one egg falls into the womb and it splits for some reason.
Yep.
And you get two identical twins.
Yes.
Which are basically clones of each other, made of exactly the same DNA.
This was the first case.
Yeah, and then one egg ate the other egg.
Yeah. And she was like, "What the fuck?" And the judge was like, "What the fuck? Are you trying to con us?" Thankfully, at the same time, not the same time, like halfway before that, somebody did a paper on the exact same topic, so they could search for it. But imagine,
still, her DNA should have been almost identical. Twin DNA is still very close. I mean, yeah, even non-identical twins, they're still conceived by the same parents. They should have been. The DNA sample should have been very similar.
It did mark the guy as a father of the kids. It just didn't mark her.
That's just weird.
Yeah. It's an outlier case.
Anyways, I think we they're trying ending the stream for you today.
Yes,
because we
we
are
No.
the-
It go
Oh,
on
no.
forever
we
and ever.
ended on the topic most pleasant procreation.
Yeah.
Everyone
been
loves
talking,
sex.
We've been talking about
Yes.
death and destruction, and then
Mhm.
even suicide, and actually, this has
Even
been
children.
this has been a pretty depressing podcast
Yeah,
actually.
not only
because,
death and destruction and suicide, there's genocide as well. I mean, with us
Well-
being the last people of Earth.
Well,
What-
that's a positive thing.
What depressed me personally about this episode was the babies.
Yep. Goddamn babies ruining this planet with their babyness
And
Right.
taking our jobs.
and taking their jobs and shit. Anyways, the outro music's playing, and we all know what that means.
The
What else
program's
do you
gonna crash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
But Star
So-
Citizen still isn't the game.
it isn't. But I paid for it. God fucking damn it.
So, thank you, dear listener, for listening to Radio Rothingham, the least professional podcast on the internet. If you like this nonsense, please consider subscribing and liking the video and adding this to your favorites. So you'll be rich, maybe, if you're lucky and have a successful company that makes you millions of dollars or euros or whatever your local currency is. So, do all that shit and check us next week in the next episode of Radio Rothingham.
Because we keep to a schedule.
Yes, our schedule is very consistent.
Well, the only reason I paid for Star Citizen is because I love Chris Roberts. He made a freelancer. That's a game.
And then he was like, I'm going to put all my George Lucas ideas into this new game.
Unfortunately, that happened.
And this is where I end the podcast. Goodbye.
Ooh, the
Okay.
podcast is over.
No.